The Triangle and the Hook, Part 6. Spirituality. The holiest bait of all, /. In the beginning it was simple. A fisherman, a hook, a piece of bait, a fish. Then the pattern evolved. Status became the bait. Relationships became the bait. Marketing refined the bait. Psychology explained the hunger behind the bait. Now we enter the most delicate territory of all, spirituality. Because here, the hook gleams brightest. In spirituality, the bait is salvation, enlightenment, heaven, awakening, union, being chosen, being purified, being worthy. It whispers that something is missing. It promises relief from guilt, relief from fear, relief from death, relief from meaninglessness. It says you are lost, but there is a path. And nothing shines brighter to a hungry mind than the promise of being saved. The fish in spirituality is the seeker, the one who feels incomplete, the one who feels separate, the one who suspects there must be more. The seeker swims toward light, not because light is false, but because the hunger is unquestioned. The hunger says, I am not home. I must travel. I must climb. I must purify. I must earn. The fish does not see the hook. It sees meaning. The hook in spirituality is subtle. It is the belief that something is wrong. Original sin, karmic debt, impurity, shadow self, lower vibration, different language, same hook. The hook says you are separate from the source, and separation must be corrected. Once that belief is accepted, the line is tight. Because now the system has you solving a problem that was never there. And the more sincerely you strive, the deeper the hook sets. The fisherman is not always a villain. Sometimes it is a church. Sometimes it is a guru. Sometimes it is a lineage. Sometimes it is an ideology. Sometimes it is the ego itself. The fisherman understands hunger. It does not create the hunger. It capitalizes on it. It packages the bait in rituals, in robes, in sacred texts, in incense and silence and authority. It says, come closer. You are almost there. And the line remains taut. Here is the uncomfortable question. What if the hunger to be saved is the only thing that needed saving? What if the belief in separation is the hook? What if salvation is not something to achieve, but something that was never absent? In marketing, the bait is money. In relationships, the bait is love. In status, the bait is recognition. In spirituality, the bait is wholeness. But wholeness cannot be attained. It can only be recognized. And recognition does not require a fisherman. Here is what makes spirituality the most refined hook of all. The fisherman disappears. In earlier versions, you could see him. In spirituality, the fisherman becomes divine will, or sacred order, or the path itself. The system dissolves into holy language, and now resistance feels like rebellion against the absolute. That is the cleanest hook ever designed, because now the fish polices itself. Remember what was discovered earlier in this series. The trap only works if you lunge. In spirituality, lunging looks like striving, trying to become holy, trying to dissolve the ego, trying to transcend the body, trying to purify the self. But what if nothing was ever missing? What if the fish was never separate from the water? Then the hook was decorative, and the fisherman unnecessary. If salvation is the bait, if unworthiness is the hook, if the seeker is the fish, if the system is the fisherman, then what happens when the hunger goes silent? Not suppressed, not denied, just seen. Because if nothing was wrong, nothing needed to be fixed. And what never bit cannot be caught. If spirituality did not promise to complete you, would you still seek it?